Okay, so an assignment is anything right here. An assignment is anything where you're going to receive a grade, whereas an assignment on the front on your module page, you can add an assignment right there, but that's not the same thing as assignment tab over here. An assignment tab over here is anything you're going to receive a grade on. Now, another place where you're going to see this on your home screen, when you look at your course summary, these are your assignments. So these are anything that you're going to receive a grade on. So what we're going to do is come over here, and what you can do is you can group assignments. So let's say you want to have one category for tests, one category for formative assessments, one category for extra credit. That's not a good example. Let's not do that one. One category for practice, essentially. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a group name that is tests. And then you're going to create another group name that is practice. So let's say tests are like 40% of your grade, practice is like 30% of your grade. And then here we could do like formative. Assessment, something like this. So the kind of the goal is that these are your summative, your larger things. This is your, you're doing your practice, but we're checking to make sure you're understanding it. And here's where you actually do your learning. Now, this one is the reason this one, where you're actually doing your learning is not worth the most is because you're not proving your learning to anybody. That's where it comes up here. This is where teachers can intervene if you're not doing well on formative assessments. So personally, I've made practice worth not very much, like 10 or 20%, and made up, your formative assessments. So if you're doing your practice but you're not getting it, you're struggling, and we can intervene. If you're getting you're doing your formative assessments but you're not practicing, you want it set up so that you can tell if somebody understands something before they take a test. I always said if whatever your score is on your formative assessments should very closely mimic what you score on a test. Otherwise, your formative assessments are not indicative of what you're actually testing. Again, that's a personal opinion there. So let's do a quiz over gravity. We'll put that here in formative, and our Unit 2 quiz, and I would probably change the names. I would probably change it to something like a Unit 2 test over here, whereas this might be a concept check or something. These I'm going to give multiple attempts on. These, it's not that you can't have multiple attempts, but you got to show that you're doing something to, come up with a different result. You can't just take it again because it's a Wednesday. You got to do it again. You got to do something to say, hey, I learned what I didn't know. Now I'd like to take this again. And usually that is get all of these up to 100%, or whatever that metric is, 80%. Your views on gravity, that might be a practice. Probably not even a practice, but a gravity assignment. This is where you're learning about gravity. So that's kind of how you can have that set up. The reason this is important is because now in your grade book, you're going to, let's get all these in a different category. So we'll just put them down here. And we can actually delete this. If you get these set up before you're building in your modules, so now if you're going to add a resource, let's add something in Unit 2. When I add, I'm going to add just an assignment, it's fine. Now I can tell what group I want it in. Do I want it in formative, do I want it in practice, or do I want it in tests? Well, I would like to put it in, it's going to be a new assignment. So here we'll call it Unit 2 assignment. We're going to throw it in a double. And then we're going to add that. Now if I want to put that into a specific category, do it right here. If I want to put that into a specific category, now I can go in here into assignments, and I can say, well, Unit 2 assignment needs to be in prior practice. The issue with that being a test, I must have clicked on the test right after I set that up. So I can go back and show you what I mean here. So right there in my edit screen, this is where I get to choose what group it goes in. And you get to choose how you're going to display it for each assignment. Like I said, the reason this is important is because of the gradebook, and the gradebook is where we're going to go next. So we just got done grouping assignments into categories. Now we'll go check out the gradebook and see what we can find there.